Executive Council approves for Air Nigeria takeoff next year. Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board uncovers over 706,000 illegal admissions in varsities and other higher institutions in the country. Court grants Canada and on the phone sees 3 children and teacher died in Cameroon school possessing a permanent voter's card is a duty of all citizens. Good evening, you're listening to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. I am Zahra Zannah. Today is the 24th of November, 2021, and now the news in full. With select stakeholders in Abuja, said the illegal admissions have damaged the image of the country. He said the illegality was perpetrated in all the 6 geopolitical zones by public and private higher institutions. While about 114 universities accounted for 67,795 of the illegal admissions, 137 polytechnics were responsible for 489,918. 80 colleges of education for 142 at 818 and 37 other institutions involved in 5,678 cases. The undisclosed admissions were perpetrated from 2017 to 2020 by the affected institutions. He said such admissions were unknown to JAM as prescribed by law. But the Minister of Education had assented to JAM's plea for a last chance for the violators. He said the institutions disregarded JAM's central admissions process and system, which allows institutions to only admit candidates that met the requirements. A new association, the Interfaith Network Against Corruption and the MacArthur Foundation, had identified corruption as a major threat to the country's economy. The chairman of the association, Professor Moses Aluegba, made the statement at a seminar held today at Mumbai House in Gwamaja to inaugurate the association. Correspondent Hafsat Abdullahi Danari, who attended the event, has more details of the seminar.
The chairman of the Interfaith Network Against Corruption, Professor Moses Aluapa, said it was to use their knowledge in rising awareness of corruption. He noted that people usually relate corruption with people in power, which is not the case. Professor Moses Aluapa also said that universities should set up student groups and clubs in their institution in order to educate them on the problems of corruption.
And basically, the event is to train the students as well as some staff of the various universities on how they are going to establish anti-corruption clubs, so that these anti-corruption clubs will carry out activities which will target Nigerian youth in selected tertiary institutions, so that at the end of the day, we want corruption to be reduced at the barest minimum, especially in our tertiary institutions.
Some participants shared what they learned during the seminar.
It has to do with the fact that the human nature is corrupt and therefore is sinful, and because of that, there are activities that human beings do that are against God's will, and they are also against humanity.
Okay. of corruption, because in Islam is a very complete way of life, and we can see that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has won against the corruption. There are so many hadith and so many verses from the glorious Quran which speaks about corruptions and frowns.
Correspondent Hafsat Abdullahi Alladi report that lecturers from Bayero University, Kano, were present during the event, among others. Hafsat Abdullahi Alladi, Freedom Radio.
The possibility of Victor Osimhen playing for Super Eagles at the next African Cup of Nations tournament in Cameroon was dashed yesterday. Doctors who operated on the cheekbone injury he sustained on Sunday night against AC Milan insisted it may take 90 days for the Nigerian international to return to action. Osimhen's club, Napoli, posted the news on their club's website almost immediately after the successful surgery to the cheekbone and eye socket by top Italian doctor Gianpaolo Tattaro on Tuesday morning. Correspondent Hawa Adam Kiawa has details of this and other sports updates.
The news will be a blow for both Napoli and Nigeria, with Victor Osimhen in a rich vein of form at the moment. Osimhen has scored crucial 5 Serie A goals and 4 more in the Europa League for Napoli this season. He netted 4 times in 6 games to help Nigeria reach Africa's World Cup playoffs scheduled for next March. Meanwhile, new Glasgow Rangers manager Giovanni Van Bronckhorst has been urged to make a move for 20-year-old centre-forward Folarin Balogun. Almost everyone expected Balogun to depart the Emirates in the summer, but he made a U-turn at the back end of last season by signing a new long-term deal with the hope that he would get playing opportunities this term. In another update, France and Real Madrid striker Karim Benzema has been found guilty of conspiring to blackmail a fellow French footballer with a sex tape. A judge handed Benzema a 1-year suspended jail term and ordered him to pay an $84,000 fine. Benzema, who is age 33, was one of the 5 people put on trial last month over an attempt to export Frenchman Mathieu Valbuena. Among tennis, China's foreign ministry has accused unnamed people of malicious hyping in the case of the tennis star Peng Shuai in a hardline and unrepentant response to questions expressed over her well-being. The whereabouts and well-being of Peng, a former doubles world number 1, has become a matter of international concern over the past 3 weeks after she alleged in a message on the Chinese social media site Weibo that the country's former vice premier Zhang Guoli has sexually assaulted her. Awadam Kiawa, Freedom Radio.
The Global News is coming to you from Freedom Radio 99.5 FM. You can send your comments, opinions, and watch us live on Freedom Radio Nigeria on Facebook.com. You can get the link to the page on our website, www.freedomradionig.com.
Zuwa gurin aikin ka ba sabida mura da majina. Ba za ka iya zuwa gurin sallah ba sabida mura da majina. Lalle ka sha maganin Mixagrip saboda samun sauki daga ciwon mura da kuma majina. Mixagrip yana da sinadarin paracetamol da kuma phenylephrine.
Mixagrip an yi shi da dangantaccen kamfanin magani mai suna Orange Drugs Limited. Idan ka ji alamomin mura da majina bayan kwana 3, ka je asibiti ka ga likita. Mixagrip, kar ka tsallake rana.
Samu sauki daga majina.
Musa, me kake nema a cikin kitchen?
Masoyiyata, ina son cokali in sha magani.
Masoyina, ka ɗauki comics kawai, ka yaga, sha ka samu sauki.
Haka ne fa, ku yi amfani da comics ma duk kai tare. Comics yana da dextromethorphan da guaifenesin. Kawai ku yaga ku sha, ku samu sauki yana hulele in ka sha. Aha, na samu sauki yanzu. Ina son comics. Comics, kamfani Orange Drugs Limited da ke yin kasuwanci da dilancinta. Maganin zai iya saka kasala. In alamar tarin bata tsaya ba bayan kwana 3, ka ga likitanka. Comics yana kulele.
listening to Freedom Global News and 99.5 FM. A Kano High Court set in a memory pending corrupt practices and other related offences commission. The accused Ibrahim Sheikhi pleaded not guilty to the 4-count charge against him on Wednesday and was subsequently granted bail in the sum of contained in a statement today issued by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Kano State, Abba Anwar. The statement also commiserates with the Kano Emirate Council over Gorzo's demise, lamenting that the death of Al-Haji Jafar Ahmad Gorzo is a great loss to the whole state. According to the Governor, the deceased helped immensely towards polio eradication in the state, adding that Jafar Gorzo was an icon when it comes to public health and environmental sanitation. For tomorrow's weather forecast in some cities of Nigeria and parts of Niger Republic, here's your report.
Kano tomorrow morning will experience sunny intervals and a light winds at an average temperature of 17 degrees Celsius and later change to sunny and a moderate breeze at 33 degrees Celsius at noon. Kaduna is expected to be clear sky and a light winds at an average temperature of 19 degrees Celsius and later increase to sunny and a gentle breeze at 34 degrees Celsius. Kaduna will have the same weather condition at an average temperature of 19 degrees Celsius and later change to sunny sky and a gentle breeze at 32 degrees Celsius. Abuja will experience sunny sky and a light breeze at an average temperature of 23 degrees Celsius and later change to sunny interval and a light winds at intervals and a light winds at 23 degrees Celsius. Lagos is expected to be sunny and light winds at an average temperature of 25 degrees Celsius and later increase to sunny interval and light winds at 33 degrees Celsius. Moving to Niger Republic, Maradi will experience sunny and light winds at an average temperature of 20 degrees Celsius and later increase to 38 degrees Celsius. Zunda will have the same weather condition at an average temperature of 22 degrees Celsius and later increase to sunny and a gentle breeze at 35 degrees Celsius at noon. Judith Andrew, Freedom Radio.
State for Petroleum Resources, Temi Perez Silva, stated this in a response to rapidly raising prices of cooking gas that has been more Nigerians seek other energy sources. He stressed that the government will tamper with some aspect of gas pricing within its control. Meanwhile, the governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, says the bank has paid for 1.2 billion naira under its intervention schemes to cut wheat production. Emefiele stated this after the Monetary Policy Committee meeting in Abuja yesterday, noting that the bank also paid the sum of 1.2 billion naira for the commencement of a large-scale wheat program to win the country of imports by 35% in the first year. He added that between September...
Unfortunately, that was all we could take from business. And on the foreign scene, unidentified gunmen had attacked a school in its today, the several others were wounded in the attack in Okondo Titi. The slain students, aged 12, 16, and 17, were identified by the Human Rights Center, and the fourth victim was a French language teacher. We've come to the end of today's Global News. On behalf of the production team and I, Zahra Zannah, thank you for listening.
Stay tuned to 99.5 FM. Jita kuma ganganin rudu ba mafato, labaran mu sai mun bincika kafin miyan yado, sannan mu faɗawa duniya mu furdo, shafukan mu